Join us now for an insight with Carl Sommer.
One of the main objectives in reading to children should be to make reading time an enjoyable shared learning activity. Reading to children fosters creative thinking, increases vocabulary, develops language, instills a love for reading, encourages listening skills, and stimulates the imagination. Dr. Lee M. McGee and Dr. Judith Schickendance in The Reading Teacher co-authored the article, Repeated Interactive Read-Alouds in Preschool and Kindergarten. They state that the way books are shared with children matters. Research has demonstrated that the most effective read-alouds are those in which children are actively involved, asking and answering questions, and making predictions rather than passively listening. When you read, desire to become a good storyteller. The enthusiasm that you show is crucial for developing readers. Read with emotion and full of expression. Don't read with a monotone voice. For example, I'll just take a story page out of the book, a few pages here. One day, some older squirrels stopped by. "Why do you kids stay here eating those small acorns?" yapped the big squirrels rather roughly. In other words, you change your voice. Now, I'm a man, so I'll just act a little tougher when I read that. "We know a special place that has the biggest and most delicious acorns you have ever tasted." Then one of them pulled out a giant acorn. "Wow," said the young squirrels. Acorns were their favorite food. "Woo-wee," Johnny yelled. "That's the biggest acorn I've ever seen. Where did you find it?" "Across the meadow and over the fence of Mr. Smith's farm," answered the oldest squirrel. Johnny moaned. "We can't go there." "Why not?" asked the big squirrels. "No one will ever know." You can turn to the cover of the book. Janie spoke up. I'm going to try to sound like a girl. It's a little hard for me with my voice here. "Dad and Mom say it's dangerous. They say a big bad wolf might get us." "Go ahead," teased the older squirrels. "Stay in your little yard and eat your tiny acorns." They rubbed their tummies and laughed. "We'll be at Mr. Smith's farm eating those big, delicious acorns." With a bounce, they hurried off. Now you can ask, what are the other squirrels trying to do? The older squirrels are encouraging them to disobey their parents. You see, and we find then Johnny over here, notice over here, the next page, Johnny wanted to be like the older squirrels. He spun his cap around and said to Janie, "Why don't we go there just once?" "And disobey Dad and Mom?" Janie asked. "That's not right." "If we don't tell anyone," Johnny argued, "no one will ever know. And then you could teach value lesson about peer pressure." He wanted to be like the older squirrels. And you can ask questions and let the children give the answers. Let them have a discussion then over peer pressure. On our website, we have lots of free resources, over 750 pages. It's under www.advancedpublishing.com. And you'll see in the right-hand corner, free resources. Click on it and discover the many things that we have that you can print from our website. Take, for instance, just this book, one book. No one will ever know. All right, these are character education lessons, pages and pages of notes. And that's for all 24 books. We have these. Then there's activities that you can do with the children, also on our website. Then there's puzzles and games and coloring sheets. And then we also have certificates that you can print. Here's Obedience Award. Thanks for obeying. We have 2 forms for them. We have also colored ones. We have an 8.5 by 11 one. And in this particular book, we have a poster. There's also free posters that you can print. And when you're reading to the children, you can also look at the cover. And you see 4 squirrels in the pictures. And 3 of them are smiling, and 1 is scared looking. She sees two beady eyes in the distance. She's scared, very scared. When we get to the end of the story, we'll find out that they will get into deep trouble. They encounter a disaster or catastrophe. Then you define and explain these words. Then when you read it, do it again. We have read-alongs for each of the 24 books. And this is an excellent method for reading to children. And it's particularly helpful if you're tired or your voice is sore. With this method, you can read many stories. The added advantage is the sound effects and music on the CDs, which helps tremendously in keeping children interested. Not only are the students learning how to read, but they are learning music appreciation by listening to all sorts of music. Now, particularly, let's look at this book, The Ugly Caterpillar. Now I'm going to just play, and what you can use, I have a little remote here that you can use, and I'm just going to press the button here. Speckles the spider, Andy the ant, and a crickety old cricket named Crumbs lived under a giant willow tree beside Crystal Lake. The three friends had lots of fun running and hopping and playing together. They swung on the branches and slid down the leaves. Sometimes they floated together in the lake on an old hollow branch. Up climbed Annie and away they went. Katie and Annie flew high above the trees and over Crystal Lake. They flew all around the countryside, visiting many wonderful places. And you can just hold up the book, and you just hold up the pages as you read the story. And what I like about the remote, you can stop it and discuss the book with the children. And one of the advantages of using read-alongs is children learn how to read with expression. You can stop the recording and let various students read the book and see if they can demonstrate the expression that the reader has done on the CD. Reading to children is an excellent tool to encourage reading, create new vocabulary, develop analytic thinking, and help children learn the essential skills to live a productive life. It is important to try to make the reading time interesting. Children love to be read to. The more you can dramatize a story, the more effective the reading will be. Have fun and read lots of books. And if you can find books that both entertain and teach values, read such books. These books will help children to become useful future citizens.